What I found interesting today was how Supergirl is gonna flop. I thought Superman was like a decent movie, like the new one that came out. Zack Snyder's Superman. I thought, or not Zack Snyder's Superman. James Gunn Superman. Like I thought that was like decent. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. It wasn't spectacular. It was just like okay. And I wasn't banking on it being like the greatest movie of all time. Like it would have been nice to be for it to be a good movie, but I wasn't banking on it being like the greatest. As long as it was like a decent movie and it sold decently, then I would have been like okay, maybe they set up for something nice because DCU had the Batman already, which was like a major success. And I honestly thought they should just go that route, but whatever the but then Supergirl came out and the trailer looked mid. Like when I first saw that first trailer, I'm like, yeah, this shit is mid as hell. And yeah, it's looking like it's gonna flop. I mean, I also saw that James Gunn hired a female writer who never like really written a movie before, let alone a superhero movie that's gonna boot up an entire franchise. Like that's a big gamble, bro. Like you might as well have gotten somebody who was a little bit trusted, who has sold, you know, in the box office, you know. So I mean, I guess that's what you get. Like at the end of the day, for like it's such a gamble. So it's either goes terribly right or terribly wrong, and it's going terribly wrong right now. You take your average DCU fan, right? Not even your average, but like let's just go with the average. You take your hardcore DC fan who's locked in his mom's basement, and you have him make a movie and make a franchise of DCU, and he will come up with an absolute masterpiece, right? But like you can easily find these guys like in subreddits, in online communities, in discords, whatever. DC, if you guys want people who have good shit to say about movies and stuff like that, go to the discords, go to the subreddits, go to like these small communities. I don't know, there's plenty of places for this, right? Even there's probably Twitter communities out there. Go to like these indie like self-grouped places and have these guys write your movie, have these guys build your DCU. I get it, you want James Gunn, who's like has a track record of Guardians of the Galaxy and doing superhero movies, fine, he could be the head runner, but there should be some hardcore DC fans in there, like DC comic fans. Like I'm an average guy, right? And I'm not even a hardcore DC fan, but I like the superhero movies, that I like movies in general, and I like the DC lore, but I'm not a fan, I'm not a hardcore die-hard fan, but I could come with some better shit than the that they're coming up with, and I'm not even a hardcore. So if you get like some people in these communities, in the Discord communities, in the Reddits, in the Telegrams, in the whatever the that you find these nerds at, these guys with YouTube channels who have like 1 subscriber, you get them, you get like 100 of them. These guys will do it for free too. Like these guys are unemployed, they live in their mother's basement, or they work their little 9 to 5, and they'll do this shit for free. You ain't gotta pay them nothing, right? You're gonna pay these guys nothing. You put them in a room, grab like 20 of them to discuss a potential movie, and they'll make the greatest shit ever. You don't gotta hire a lot anyways. And then get a director who's a decently good director. After they have written the script, shoot it out, right? Get it rolling, and you know it's gonna be good because these are hardcore DC fanboys. So that's what I would do if I was James Gunn. I would be like, okay, where the fuck is the Discords at? Where are the subreddits? Where are the nerds at? Let me hire these guys. Let me hire like 20 of them. Pay them like some low because they're just doing it straight from the passion, and have them write my DCU. Let me not be a kid with my out like walking around like my don't stink, my shit don't stink, and be the dictator, right? Hiring people who has never even heard of DC before, who has never even done shit. Like hire a fanboy, bro. Like what is you doing, man? And this is what you get for that. This is what you get. You know, maybe you are well versed in DC, but your writer isn't. And it's just, don't do that, you know? That's what I would do. Okay, yeah. Now we have to talk about the Zack Snyder verse as well. So at this point, Zack Snyder verse is aging like some fine fucking wine. Yeah, the Zack Snyder verse is aging like fine wine. Now I really want to see what dark side. Oh yeah, it was the anti-life equation. Superman becomes evil. The Flash is running around the multiverse, trying to figure out a way to stop this dude. This dude's running his ass off. All in all, bro, if I was the head of DC, I'm getting a bunch of nerds, one writing veteran. You get one writing veteran who has been in the industry. You get like 10 super DC nerds with one vet, and you have them start throwing shit at the paper, at the script, and you get this veteran writer to formulate their ideas into the shit so they can flesh out your whole DC universe, right? But you start hiring people who don't give a fuck. This is what you get. Anyways, this is all I have to say.
He's such a mystery. He never talks about his past. It doesn't interest him.